In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the new free Minecraft cape. Now this is the free MCC Minecraft cape, and it actually looks pretty good. So here is how to get it. First, you're going to have to log into Bedrock Edition, as this event is exclusive to Bedrock players, although the cape eventually will come to Java Edition. So to join the event, all you have to do is log into Bedrock with your account, and then click on the sign that says join event and join now. Once you're in the game, all you have to do is click on the challenge list. This will give you a list of various challenges that you will have to complete to gain the cape. And this is actually a lot of challenges, and it is very difficult to do this. So I'd recommend you start as soon as you can, as you only will have 6 days left from this video to actually complete it. So to start off, I'm going to break this video into different parts, and we'll leave chapters for each challenge. And starting off, we're going to start off with the minigame Sands of Time and those challenges, as it gives you a lot of gold, which you will need for this event. So the first challenge is the basic challenge. This one will require no hats. All the ones with the characters will require hats, but this one does not. And hats cost gold, so we're doing this challenge first to get the gold to buy the hats. But this one only makes us enter the Sands of Time for 2 minutes, which is pretty easy. And I'm going to show you a route that you can take for all the Sands of Time challenges that is really easy. So teleport to the Sands of Time challenges, just like so, and click on Start Game. Then you're going to want to follow this route. Now this route will allow you to collect various gold piles, keys, and sand. Now this minigame is practically just running through a maze with a time limit. And within the maze, you will have various sand. If you collect the sands by right-clicking it, it will give you 10 extra seconds within the maze. And there will be gold piles everywhere, which you can collect, as well as some armor pieces to stay alive longer, and keys to open chests to gain even more gold. The gold you will need to get the new hats. These hats will allow you to complete the future challenges. As of right now, you cannot complete any character challenge because you need the character's hat to complete it. So this route is basically showing you how to get the most amount of gold in the least amount of time. This route takes about 3 minutes and will get you around 1,000 gold per run, which is really good since the hats cost 300 gold. So you will be able to buy 3 hats per run. So just do this, I would say 4 or 5 times, and you should be perfectly good. On top of that, you can complete other challenges while doing this run. Just first do the initial run, get 1,000 gold, and then you'll be able to unlock the hats for this challenge. I will say some of these parkour jumps are a bit harder and require some skill to do it, which might be harder for mobile players or people on consoles. Though I will say it is very much worth it to do this route, but you do not have to. There are other routes in doing this. This is just the fastest time to gold ratio. You might want to slow this part down, just memorize the route a bit. You could also modify it in your own way to make it better, as there is a lot of time to spare in this route as well. You can do it at your own pace. I just would highly recommend you get all the gold at the start so you're not worrying about all of that. Just to explain things a bit more, there are 3 more minigames other than this that all have challenges that you have to complete to actually get the cape. You have to complete every single one before the 6 days are up, and then you get the free cape. So it is a little bit more difficult. This, I would say, is one of the easier games and definitely the quickest way to get gold, which is why I wanted to start off with it, just because it is the easiest way to get golds and will definitely leave you ready to buy every single hat and item that you're going to need for all of the future challenges, as you don't want to have to be worrying about golds later on in this game, as there are plenty of other difficult and time-wasting challenges that you'll have to go through, which will obviously require gold, and make this a lot harder if you don't have it. So I would really recommend this route. Getting practically 900 gold this fast is really good, and it will only really take you a few runs. So if it's possible for you to do the parkour in this route, then I would say definitely go for it. This route is insanely good for gold and will definitely not leave you hanging for anything else. Additionally, there is a sand over here if you want to get it. I know for the sands challenges for this, you may want to know where extra sand locations are, so I thought I'd mention that one. but obviously just doing this route in general will get you it really fast. Now I'm going to leave it, but you could obviously stay here. I have 100 more seconds, so you could have gotten way more gold. But just for the amount of time we spent, spending 3 minutes, 30 seconds to get 1,000 gold is definitely something that's super easy, and you can repeat it. But after that, just head back to the main lobby using your world icon again, and follow me to the hat section. This is where you're going to want to buy the hats before you play Sands of Time again. This will just allow you to contribute towards your future challenges, so you're wasting no time at all getting these. Because trust me, getting this cave took me a couple of solid hours to complete. So I would say definitely go get the mascot hat right now. What you're going to be looking for is the Cyan Coyotes hat and the Blue Bats hat. Now you won't see these on my screen since I've already purchased them, but you're going to want to buy those two hats first, and you should have more than enough gold to buy them. So buy them and wear whichever one you want. Now the Blue Bats hat will be collect 100 sand from the Sands of Time minigame, and the Cyan Coyotes hats will just be collect 75 gold piles from the minigame. So whichever hat you're wearing at the time will contribute to that challenge. I would say just stick with one until you complete it, and then just switch over to the next one. And in total, it'll take you 4 or 5 games to really complete it all. And you'll have more than enough gold for the entire rest of the challenge. So just keep on running through it, and just do the same routing for the entire game until you finish all of your Sands of Time challenges, as this is the best route to do. But once you have completed your Sands of Time challenges, next up is going to be Ace Race. Ace Race is by far the easiest challenges, and there is quite a bit of them. So let's go through them. Now the first one I'm going to show is Red Rabbits. It's just run over a launch pad 50 times while completing Ace Race. Now this one is going to be really easy if you follow the exact route I have. In addition, we can complete the basic Ace Race challenge of completing the race. All you're going to have to do is just make sure to buy the hats before this. I'd recommend you just buy all the hats if you have enough gold, and then we can just move on to the Ace Race. Now, as you can see, all you need to do is run forward, head into Ace Race, and follow my pathing. And I'll show you a spot where you can actually do this challenge really easily and fast. These are the bounce pads, and we can just bounce over them. These are not the ones that are at our final destination, but the ones right over here. So all you're going to need to do is just run backwards. Now you're going to want to catch yourself under this leaf so you can keep on running backwards, but just do this until you feel like you've hit 50 times. Obviously it might take a minute or two, but this is the fastest way of doing it without having to run Ace Race a million times. And then you can just complete the race all by yourself, and it is a pretty easy race. But next up, we're going to the Orange Ocelot Challenge. 100 speed boosts while completing the Ace Race minigame. That's going to be pretty easy. It's going to be those orange tiles on the floor. And remember to equip the hat before going in. Now you could do what this guy is doing, running back and forth, or you could just simply press A and D and just keep on running on these. Now just do this 100 times. Obviously it's a bit repetitive, but it is way easier and way faster than running through Ace Race a bunch of times. And once you've done it, just keep on going. Lastly is the Pink Parrots. Now this one is just go through the Elytra gates 25 times, which is not that hard. All you need to do, once again, is just follow my routing here. So we're just going to keep on going through the Ace Race until we find the first Elytra gate. So we just go through here, and now once again we're doing the same exact thing, we're repeating something. So you're going to want to fly into this wall over here, and just keep on doing that until you reach 25 times. Now it will only count when you jump, so just try to jump about 25 times, and make sure you've done that. And then once again, just finish the race, and then you're good. And once you've beaten that, we are on to the Meltdown challenges. Now the Meltdown challenges are a bit harder, but luckily there's only 2 of them. So the first one is the Yellow Yaks challenge. Now the Yellow Yaks challenge is to kill 350 frozen enemies. And we are just going to go in Meltdown to do that. And you can also do the base challenge while doing that. And the base challenge is to make it to level 3. which is not that hard, and you'll definitely be doing that while killing your 350 frozen enemies. So let's get into a game. Now, once you're in the game, as you can see, you'll have some teammates. Now, in an ideal world, you would have no teammates, as having teammates, it just makes this a lot harder since you get less mobs to kill. But what you're going to want to do is shoot the mobs with your bow and then hit them. When you hit them, they will actually break and basically get one hit. Just try to remember to actually kill the mob after shooting it, as if you leave it alone, the ice will melt and the mob will respawn, or your teammates could just steal the kill from you, and you won't gain anything towards your yellow yak challenge. Remember once again to put the hat on while doing it, and that's about it. You can shoot multiple mobs with one arrow, which is kind of a good strategy, but I would say what's even better is to try to just stay away from your teammates. Try to get a spawner or two on your own. Although it's not too much mobs, it's better than sharing with a bunch of people and rushing to that challenge. Or just wait until your teammates die, as in later rounds, a lot more people die, and that's it. But since there's not much, I kind of skipped towards the end of this. But as you can see, I killed 103 mobs. So for me, it would take about 3 games if you tried to kill that many mobs per round. But obviously it takes a long time for these games to happen, much longer than Sands of Time or Ace Race. Now on to our last set of challenges, which is Grid Runners. So teleport to Grid Runners and make sure you have these hats. It's going to be the green geckos and the purple pandas. Now these are some of the hardest challenges just because of the repetition of it. Now the base one is complete the Grid Runners minigame, which is really easy. And then you can do one of the two, which is the green geckos, which is paint 200 blocks, which I'm going to cover first. And this one can be a little bit difficult, making you wait a while to actually do it, since the queue times are actually really long and the game is really long itself. But first, this part doesn't really matter. Going into the first room, it's just kill mobs, which does not count towards your painting. And even if you kill the mobs, you'll still have to wait the 50 or so seconds that it takes for the room to switch. So I would say realistically wait by the door in the last 10 seconds to be able to be ready for this. And once the door switches, you're going to want to immediately find a painting that no one's at and just start painting as much as you can. Now I would say go for the big stretching areas. As you can see, I got 2 fairly big areas of the painting, which each block counts towards your challenge. So you're going to want to do as much as you can here, and really try to race everyone else to do it. I will say try to be on the painting that not much people are at. As you can see, I'm really the only one on this painting over here, so I get a lot more free tiles than the other 3 that are on the other painting. Which is really good for me and really bad for them, but this is really the strategy that you want to do here. But this will take you a couple of rounds. For this one, I believe I probably got 100. But then you would go through the rest of the challenge and complete it. But we'll get more on this a little bit later. As you can see, I painted about 94 blocks, which means I would have to do maybe 2 hopefully, but realistically 3 games to complete that challenge. And the queue times roughly take 3 to 5 minutes, which is pretty long. But now the Purple Pandas challenge, which is place 200 ingredients. Now, once again, get to the paint section and wait at the door to the next challenge. Now, you're just going to want to follow this routing, as this routing seems to be the best and not much people are doing it. Now, on the left side, you're going to first want to run over to this wheat. Just break all of the wheat right over here, then run over to the chickens to get the eggs. Run inside the house and then on the back of it to get the rest of the eggs, and then go over to the sugarcane section right over here. Now you're going to want to break this until you reach 64 sugarcane. Now the max you can actually place of any item is 64, so people who are on the cows are actually just going to be fighting for more competition, as I believe that's what everyone's trying to do. So, as you can see, I got to put 64 sugar right over there, and then I get to go back to the chickens for the eggs, and then the wheat if no one has taken it. But then I just place all the ingredients back on there, try to get rid of the rest of my sugar if I can, and that's about it for the minigame. That was about 100 or so ingredients placed, which is really good. So you could do this in 2, but probably 3 for most people, since this is really a competitive thing, especially when you have other people trying to do that challenge. Now onto our lobby challenges. All the challenges that can be done around any of the lobbies. Now this one first is the Aqua Axolotls. This one is still in Grid Runners, and you'll actually have to go to the end of it. So make sure to equip your Aqua Axolotls hat and run into another game of Grid Runners. And at the end of it, you're going to want to veer off to the left, and you'll want to right click this right over here. So it's kind of hidden, but it's pretty simple to do. Next, Lime Llamas. You're going to want to gift 10 gift boxes to players around the lobby. So what you're going to want to do is head back to the main hub, and then follow where I go. So now that you're back here, all you're going to want to do is head over to the Grid Runners and to the right of it. Now, once you're there, you can buy the gift boxes from the toy vendor that's right in there. Make sure to buy 10 of them. You could obviously buy more if you have enough, but since each gift box is 100 each, it's going to cost you near 1,000. Then gift it to any player around the main lobby, and you will be all set. I would say go for the spawn, as that is the easiest. Since you can't gift a player a gift box twice, going to spawn and giving the new players it is really easy. But now onto the last challenge, which is the daily puzzle challenge. Now all of these puzzles have a different challenge, and here's the setup for all of them. First, change your emotes so that you have the clapping emotes and the wave emotes in your hotbar. Now these two are important for 2 of the challenges, and you will definitely need to have that set up. Once you're done with that, head over to the Grid Runners direction once again to buy more toys. Now you could have done this while buying the gift boxes as well, and if you haven't already, you still could do that. But we're going to go over here anyways and buy the toys. So what you're going to need to buy is the Party Popper, then go over to buy the Disco Ball, and lastly, you're going to need to buy the Firework. Once you have that, follow me and run over to main spawn. Now from main spawn, you can go over to get the food item. Now the food item is going to be to the right of Sands of Time, and going to be at this little food court in the corner here. So once you get into there, and what you're going to want to do is buy cake. Now, buying cake is for one of the challenges, but you could also buy either more cake or cookies just to help you with the parkour. I know especially mobile players or players on console might have an easier time buying cookies, which give you jump boost, or cake, which give you levitation. But now onto the first challenge. And the first challenge is going to be really easy. All you have to do is just wave. Now next, you're going to want to teleport to Sands of Time. Then follow my direction as you go to the left over here. Now what you're going to want to find is this head, but with diamond eyes. So we're going to go past here onto the bridge. There is a little bit of parkour, but that is with most of these challenges. So hopefully you've gotten good at it already, or you can eat something like a cookie or cake to make this easier for you. But now we have found the guy with diamond eyes. And what you're going to want to do is stand in the center of this block and use the Party Popper. Now, once you've used the Party Popper, you have completed the challenge. And now onto the third challenge. The third challenge is going to Sands of Time right over here and go to the right. Now within this pool, there will be a secret vent. All you have to do is hit the pressure plates, then go down the vent. And now you're going to have to complete a parkour challenge. Just do this simple parkour all the way up until the end. Once again, might be a little bit difficult for players, but if you have enough coins, you could simply buy levitation cake and just cheat throughout the whole parkour. But it's not too bad, it's mainly simple jumps, there's nothing crazy like a Neo or anything. All stuff that most players can actually do. But at the end of it, you will see that there is an end portal here, and all you have to do is go inside of it to win. And once you do it, you'll be at the top, and you've won. Next up, you're going to want to go to Grid Runners. Now, at Grid Runners, you're going to want to make sure you have the disco ball with you, and go to the right here. Now, just continue all the way down this path until you reach the painting section. But you're going to want to go to the right up here, then take another right, go up these stairs, and take a left. Now, once you have this, you will want to find the guy with starry eyes, which he is up there. So, climb up the stairs and go right in front of him. And then, when you're right in front of him, use the disco ball, and you've completed that challenge. So now, on to the next challenge. For this challenge, you're going to want to be in Meltdown. Once you're at Meltdown, you're going to want to go to the right over here. Then go into the factory. Then just take a left. Take a right up these stairs, and just keep on following this path. Now you could do this parkour, but it is kind of difficult, and I wouldn't really recommend it. So go along the side of this, right over here, and just jump on this railing to get up onto the secret area. Once you're in here, climb up these boxes, and try to get to the top. And then get to these ladders. Now we're going to want to climb up onto this umbrella, just like so. And obviously I am missing some jumps because I am bad at parkour for some reason today. But now we're just going to want to follow this. It may be a bit confusing. It was for me my first time around. But just try to follow the simple pathing it took. Look for holes in the side gates. And eventually you'll reach this area, which is the helicopter pad. Simply walk on it and then eat the cake in the center of it. And once you have done that, just like so, you have completed the challenge. Now, on to the next one. The next one, you're going to want to be in the main lobby, and then head over towards Grid Runners. You're going to want to go to the right of it, up, and take this bubble elevator. Once you have reached the top of the bubble elevator, go on to the side, and start climbing up the mountain. Once again, it's another parkour run. And I still suck at parkour. But keep on going up, just all the way to the top, and make sure you have your firework rocket with you. So once you climb to the top like me and this random guy, all you need to do is launch the firework rockets. And once you've done that, you've completed that challenge. And now we are on to the last one. Now the last one is going to be an ace race. Now once you're in ace race, just go through the race like normal until you reach a certain area. If you just follow my pathing, I will show you right where you need to be. And make sure you have your clapping emote ready for this one. You're looking for that pink castle all the way over there. And once you reach this door, all you need to do is use your clapping emotes. If you use the clapping emote at the door, you will be let in and have to complete another parkour course. This cape really involves so much parkour, but just get through it. You must be a pro by now. So just keep on going through it. Using the launch pads and the jump boost pads. It's pretty cool actually. I like this parkour, although it is a bit confusing within the castle. Just follow where I go and you should be fine. But now climb up these last few steps, and at the end of this you will see a frog. Now, all you have to do is talk to the frog by clicking on it, and from all these options, you want to press Kiss the Frog. Now, once you have done that, you have unlocked the cape and the crown hat, which is pretty cool. So now you have the MCC cape to use in Bedrock Edition and eventually Java Edition. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. And that's it. Bye.